Hello everyone. Been a while since I've made a video. I've decided I'm going to treat this channel more like a video blog instead of the Mushroom Adventure series. The series was cool, but kind of takes a little more time to produce. I gotta find music and stuff for it. Plus two, I want to not be limited to really one topic. I think it's better that you just kind of get a glimpse of how things are going, and what issues I'm running into, what experiments I'm doing. So we're going to treat it like this, and I think we're going to have more fun that way, and more information too. You can see in my room down here I have just lion's mane mushrooms growing, different stages. These some bags I just put in a few days ago. Here's some bags that are just starting to pop out. Now I've been doing a lot of things different. The first main thing is that there's no AC running down here, which it's the middle of August and it's very hot and humid outside. And I found that that seems to be a better situation than trying to do this business of wet and dry cycles. That might just be really, some outdated information now. I watched a few videos on other mushroom farms doing king oysters, and they would leave the humidity on all the time. It'd be one big foggy room. Of course, that's going to make you have kind of wet fruits at the end that aren't going to last as long as storage unless you dry them off. So I thought, well, I bet getting the dry cycle really isn't necessary as long as it's not so moist that it's ruining any of your wood in your basement or anything like that. So, no AC, run the outdoor ventilation. Some days I'll run it full. You see I have an adjustment box. I can change the speed control whatever I want. Some days I run it full, some days I only run it a small amount depending on if it's rained outside or whatnot. Another big issue that I've solved is, if you remember, I used to have kind of a constant drip of water from this main shut-off valve all the way across the basement floor. And I was getting algae growing on there because couldn't get it dry, of course, and scrubbing it didn't help clean it. But what I thought would be a several $100 repair for a plumber to come out and do this, watching other people's YouTube videos, I learned I could just tighten the nut down around the faucet here, and that solved the problem of the leak. And the YouTube great. So now I can keep the floor completely dry, no algae growing on it, which really too, the algae could have been a real reason I was getting some contamination, because mold spores and whatnot can ride on the algae and get into things. Never had algae on the mushrooms, but still. So any humidity I put in here, just using 2 pond foggers in a bucket. I have a small fan up top here that I just blow into the bucket on low speed. Haven't really needed to use it but a couple times this year though, because it's been humid enough outside. So what's planned ahead now? Well, I have some king oysters started again. I'm going to get spores from them. I've already collected several spore prints and spore syringes from these lion's mane. I got a good way of getting the spores into a syringe now, that a lot easier than trying to make a print than taking it. Just going directly into a petri dish and then sucking it up from sterile water. So I'll be getting king oyster spores so I can redo my own culture of king oysters instead of using this old culture that, if you remember before, I think has some old age senescence problems. But hopefully I can at least get one good flush out of the culture I have. That's about 2 years old or more. And make a lot of spore syringes. I've ordered a big pack of blunt tip syringes of that. I'm gonna make you guys up some king oyster spore syringes and limeade spore syringes and whatever else, and maybe sell them on an Etsy shop or something like that. I've been getting into homemade pottery. I got a wheel and a kiln, so might show that on this channel too. Probably put an Etsy shop for that online. I've been selling all that at the farmers markets with the mushrooms and vegetables and whatnot, and done pretty well this year. So, got a new format. Keep it fresh. Oh, and something other big too, guys. I ordered some black morel spores. We're going to be learning how to do outdoor black morel and possibly some other varieties if I can find them. Make patches outdoors. No one's had real good success indoors with them. But I got a whole lot of ideas of experiments to make them work. I've got some experience in doing mushroom sclerotia, and some mistakes I might let you guys in that led to me finding how to make mushroom sclerotia very large and very prolific without having to find a good strain and culture or any of that. So I'm hoping that's going to translate over to the morels, and so get some good morel patches going, because I get $30 a pound for morels any day, bulk price. The fancy groceries around here at the height of the morel season will sell them for $60 a pound in like quart containers. So that's where the big money is. And the big money too is in the king oysters, because although the lion's mane are great to eat and look cool, they are a hard sell at the farmer's market. You really have to work at it. People say, "What's this? Why is it hairy? Is it gonna taste hairy?" So it's a big long speech for every new customer. Haven't had a person say they've ate it and didn't like it, but trying to sell them to new customers and selling them through the restaurants has been a bit difficult. So that's one of the main reasons too I want to get back to doing king oysters. And when I do king oysters also, I'm probably going to be doing them on cottonseed hulls again. Different method though, I got some ideas. So that'll do it for this video. I'll see you guys in a bit.